Okay, so here we go. Good morning, YouTubers. Thank you for joining Everyman's 40K channel. This is Everyman here. This is part 4 of our Mega Dread project. I want to show you where we're at. Today will probably be the last video I put up until it's complete. So from here on to part 5. Part 5 will pretty much just be a showcase, and we'll show a complete finished product. I need to kind of do that because this has taken a while, and I need to get this done because I plan on using this in a tournament coming up in a few days or couple weeks. So let's get started. Let's show you where we're at. So as you can tell, I've started to actually armor plate the model. This is the area here. I went a little bit thicker. This will be the area where the little Cylon visor kind of action will be going. So that's the main where the orc is sitting inside, and he'll be kind of driving and looking out. Then, as you can tell, we have normal armor plating. And I'm starting to work my way around the model. So the white plates are obviously the poster board. And then I scuffed and sanded this surface to give it a good bite. Took a 60 grit sandpaper and really hammered it so that the poster board won't come off, my armor plates. Let me get you a shot here again of what we did here. So we're just going to apply some rivets. Pretty basic. I may do this up a little bit more orky, put some spikes, do something here to kind of make this a little bit cooler. It's kind of plain right now. So I have to kind of do something to spice it up. Maybe put another beam from the top going down to make it look like the orcs made it stronger. Not sure. So let's talk about the engine deck. So I discussed in the previous video how we were just going to bury this, and that's what we've done. So if you can see here, along this line, we've added an extra layer of depth by using a piece of poster board in that location to have this piece of poster board here stand off or stand away a little bit more, so to give this section here a little bit more depth. Then as we look inside, I chose to use magnets because if you remember on our Gorkanaut, we discussed putting magnets in the engine deck so that it's magnetized on the Gorkanaut, so that we can also use this on the Gorkanaut when we're ready to play him. Or now we can just throw this in there and it's stuck. Boom, piece of cake. And you can tell now that it's buried that it's taken care of, as we discussed, the difference in curvature, this being round versus this being flat. Now it's hidden. The reason I went with magnets here and down here is because the magnets here, if I would have just put, like, let's say a steel plate here, like a piece of thin steel, this magnet may not have been strong enough on the engine deck to hold it in position. So in order to ensure that this stays on when playing, I get magnets pulling both directions. So I get the pull of this larger magnet between the material. So let me re-emphasize. The reason I did this is because I'm pulling through material. So I just want the additional strength. So as you clip this in, Now I have the magnet on the unit as well as larger magnets inside double pulling. So now they're pulling through the material. So now this isn't just going to pop off while playing, but it does remove easily. So we're going to go ahead and line this again with strips and rivets to make that even stand out even more. So that will look a lot better. We'll do something down here. So this will go ahead and plug in, and we'll fix that distance or that gap. So I want to discuss real quick how to armor plate around this circle. So you noticed here how we've armor plated around that circle, 4 different sections. So the way you do this, and again, we'll show the younger folks that don't have a lot of experience doing this. What we do is we go back to our compass, and what we do is we already have the outside diameter measured on our compass. We've never changed it. So now what you can do is you can go to a piece of poster board, and you go right into the middle of the poster board, and you just redraw your circle. Right? So once you redraw that circle, now what you've done is you've created an additional circle that you can then cut out, and then cut out different shapes. So for example, on this arm, we haven't done it yet. So on this side, what I'll do is I'll take this shape out of here, and I can do anything with it. I can say I want that side to look like this. I want to cut it here. I want to cut it here. And maybe want to cut it here. And I can cut it again. I can cut it anywhere. So once this is removed, then it just becomes taking this shape on the outside and fitting it to the area that's around this arm. And this section becomes very easy then. After you've done this, then you can reshape anything outside of it to get it to fit. So for example, if I don't like that distance from here to here, that's small, that's about 1/4 inch. If I don't like that distance there, I can take this and take a razor blade and trim that back and change that angle so that I can then get another piece of paper or poster board in there in the desired shape I want on the next piece. And then so on, and just keep doing that all around this model until basically this armor plating section all the way around the model is done. Then we come back and we're going to lay in all the rivets on each plate, which will even help this stand out more. Now another thing you'll notice is that I left gaps, and I wanted small gaps in between the plates on purpose, so that when we prime and paint, when I wash the miniature with the black wash or brown wash and start to put rust and things on it and weather it, we'll actually get an area where we'll get definition between each plate. So we want each plate very defined. If you just run them plates together like this and butt the panels up next to each other and you have no gap, then it looks funny, and it just doesn't look right. Oh, another thing we're going to talk about is I want to talk about the top. So on the top, we're going to put a top piece here, and we're going to finish this off by putting a hatch. The hatch is going to be obviously a circle with a cover. We're going to put a handle and a little hinge. The Mega Dread has 2 additional weapons other than the arms, and they're called boom bits. If you remember on the stat line, I'll throw the stat line again up here for the reference. But we're going to put the 2 boom bits weapons most likely on the top. I'm not sure if I want to put anything else on the bottom. The idea of what I'm going to do on the bottom is I think I'm going to make this look like a chainmail sheet, or like a loincloth thing that looks kind of like chainmail. So I'm going to try to make my own chainmail and see how I can figure out making maybe some plates, some armor plates on some strings or something that just kind of looks like old medieval kind of armor plates, like a loincloth in here. So once we get the top done, we get the hatches finished, put some reinforcing structure on here, this actual project will probably be over and we'll be good to go, done. So one last thing I want to cover on today's episode, or part 4, is I want to discuss a gentleman who, if you're an orc player, you've had to have been to this person's site before. This person, he's the master at doing this scratch building stuff for orcs. Unbelievable. I mean, I don't think I've seen anybody better. And that person's name, I'll put the description, his link to his website or his YouTube post, his channel, excuse me. I'll put a link in the description so you guys can go there. But his name is Ian Wyatt, and he goes by the name of Wyatt. This person, to use a Star Wars term, he's the master and I'd be the Padawan. So it's incredible what this person, what Ian makes. He has a monkey dread that he made years ago that is really the cause for inspiration for me to do this. So I'm not sure if he has seen any of my stuff on YouTube, but Ian, if you ever pop into my channel and you see this video, major props to you, and I appreciate everything you've done. And your monkey dread and what you do has been the inspiration to my video and this particular mega dread. So I think that's going to wrap this one up. This is just going to be a quick hitter, in and out. Please hit that like button, subscribe if you like what we're doing. Please leave a comment in the comment section. Hit that notification button so you can follow me and hit part 5 or get to part 5 and continue watching what I'm doing. I love doing this stuff. Easy money. To me, this is easy stuff. So like we always say here on the channel, may all your dice rolls come up 6s, unless you're looking for a 1. Peace out.